Welcome back to Thinks I'll Take It From Here. I'm Cammie, and I need to know who the is Lady Whistledown now? Because the season 4 finale changed the game. Not just for one couple, for everyone. And I have theories. Some you probably are already thinking about, and some you might not even have thought about. So before we talk about who Lady Whistledown could be, let's start with what is actually confirmed. In an interview with Entertainment Weekly, the showrunner confirmed two key things. First, the identity of the new Lady Whistledown will not be revealed in season 5. The second thing is that Julie Andrews is still the voice of Lady Whistledown. So the mystery is not getting solved next season. They are letting it breathe. In the original novels by Julia Quinn, Penelope retires and the column just ends. There's no successor. So the show continuing Lady Whistledown is a deliberate move. And when a show adds something that big, it's usually for a reason. So let's start with one theory that might feel a little unhinged. What if it's still Penelope? What if she stepped down publicly, but she is still writing? Penelope built her entire life around writing in secret. That secrecy gave her room to move without being watched. Now, everyone knows who she is. She is married. She's under scrutiny. She is tied to the Bridgertons forever. What if stepping down was strategy? What if she wanted attention off her name so she could continue quietly? That would be bold, but it would not be out of character. Now let's talk about people who are always in the room but never centered. What if the new Lady Whistledown is not nobility at all? Think about Varley. She handled Featherton secrets for years. She knew the money problem. She overheard private conversations. She has given tea to Lady Whistledown before. So it's not crazy to think that it could potentially be her. But now I also want to talk about Brimsley, the Queen's right hand, always present, always listening, fully aware of how court politics work. If someone like Varley or Brimsley were writing the column, that would shift who gets to shape society. It would mean the narrative is no longer controlled only by titled families, and that would be a major statement. I could also see Brimsley becoming the new Lady Whistledown, since Queen Charlotte is sad that she's losing Lady Danbury and also that she lost Lady Whistledown. Maybe he was like, you know what, let me revive Lady Whistledown so the Queen has something to look forward to. Maybe he thought this was a way to cheer her up. All right, so let me talk about my next theory, which is Alice Mondrich. And I think she is the strongest contender. You know, we see her family is rising socially. They're at events. They're observing. So it's not that crazy to think she could be Lady Whistledown. My fourth theory is Hyacinth. Now, Hyacinth is very observant. She's always asking questions. And we have seen her this season go in disguise as a maid. And we know she wants to delay her coming out. So what if she, since she's already knows she can be a maid in hiding, does that and collects the tea to write the column? It would make a lot of sense. My last theory is Cressida. Now, Cressida is always near the spotlight, and she has been Lady Whistledown before. But the question is, would she be interested in being Lady Whistledown at this point in her life when she's trying to rebuild her reputation? And to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if she was like, screw it, I'm gonna be Lady Whistledown and spill all the tea on all of the scandals, because look what the Queen just did to her. Cressida threw a party in the Queen's honor and the Queen didn't come and she was embarrassed. On top of that, Penelope came to her party and turned it into her own retirement party. So I could see Cressida being like, you know what, screw all these people, I'm the new Lady Whistledown. But here's what really matters. This is not just about identity, it's about motive. Because if season 5 is not revealing the writer, that means the story is about impact. Who benefits from the Ton being unsettled? Who gains influence when the column speaks? Bridgerton has always been about reputation, about how society decides who you are, and now someone new is shaping that story. So I ask again, who the is Lady Whistledown? Let me know what you think, and thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you are following me on Instagram and TikTok at takeitfromhere.media, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye.